Hey, how's it going, guys? Fluffy Laser here with another Diablo 3 video for you, this time showing you the Azmodan boss fight on Nightmare difficulty. Just before I start the video, a quick shout out to Eastnq. Thanks man for sharing my video on your Facebook wall. A link to his channel will be in the description. So, Azmodan, this guy is some huge dude who likes chucking body parts at you and creating big circles of black stuff. So the first thing he does is he sort of throws like arms and legs from the ceiling. I assume that's what they are, and they do AoE damage. So try and step out of this. He will form a little circle on the floor, sort of showing you, hey man, I'm going to start throwing arms and legs in this general vicinity, so get out of the way if you don't want to get hit. So it's quite obvious where he's going to be throwing these, so try and avoid as much of that damage as possible. The next ability he does is he summons these big pools of black, I don't know what it is, tar or something, and this does a lot of damage if you stand in them, so try and get away from these pools. They do get bigger and bigger over time, so try not to get yourself sandwiched between them, otherwise you're going to take a hell of a lot of damage. Just get the hell out of there, run away from these black pools, because they do get bigger and they will trap you and do a lot of damage. But eventually, after a little while, they do disappear anyway, so you don't have to be worried about being trapped in a corner surrounded by black pools. The next thing he does is this weird laser beam thing. This laser sort of follows you around, and just as long as you keep moving, this laser will never catch up to you. It's a bit of a slow, pathetic laser beam that is not very fast at all. So as long as you just keep moving, this laser won't catch up to you. If you stand still, then it will probably do quite a lot of damage to you. The next thing he does is he will fire this big ball of fire. I assume that's what it is. And this thing will follow you around as well. As long as you keep moving, again, this thing won't catch up to you. This guy, everything about this guy is a bit slow, so it's not actually going to catch up to you. As long as you just keep moving, this thing will just follow you around, stalk you for a little while, and then it will eventually give up and just plummet to the ground and explode. So it's not actually going to do a hell of a lot of damage as long as you avoid it. It does do quite a lot of damage if you just stand still and let it hit you. I mean, it did quite a lot of damage to me, and I've got a hell of a lot of health, so do try and avoid it if you can. He also sort of summons these portals that ads come out of. I mean, the ads aren't anything to worry about. They have very little health. The portals themselves have very little health. I mean, like you just saw there, if you can just destroy it as soon as it's summoned, no ads will come out of it. It only has a really small amount of health. A few hits will take it down, so you don't even need to worry about those. The ads that it spawns aren't very scary. I mean, it will spawn them like one by one, sort of pathetic ads, so you don't really need to worry about that too much, especially on Nightmare difficulty. I mean, maybe in Hell and Inferno it might be a bit different, you might want to avoid that. But that's pretty much it for this boss, guys. Just try and avoid as much of the damage as possible. It's all pretty avoidable. If you liked this video, then give it a like. If you like the sort of style of how I go through these bosses, then be sure to subscribe. More to come, and I'm also going to be doing hell bosses now. So subscribe, guys, and be sure to check out my previous video. Link is at the end. Cheers, guys.